Here is our finished Fluttering Pages wall decor. We're so happy it turned out great. I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. To determine the placement, we started with butcher paper on the wall so we could move it around till we were happy. We could only find the pages on Amazon in gold, but we painted them matte black. This is the placement wall. To determine our upper limit, I marked a line at 26 inches. Then using a 4-foot level, I drew a line across that so we would know where our top was. Then to get our vertical center, I made a mark at 21 inches. Using the 4-foot level, I drew a line down toward the bottom and then extended it. Now I drew a center line on my ram board and 2 vertical lines parallel with the center line for our spacing side to side. Then drew lines from top to bottom at 17 inches and 34 inches to create the 6 boxes that the pages would go in. We then laid out our 6 fluttering pages into the 6 boxes, aligned the ones at the top with the top of the ram board, and measured to get our spacing vertically. Horizontal was already done by our 2 lines that we had drawn on the ram board. So now we were just doing our final placement to get them exactly the way we wanted them. Each page has a circle welded to the back of it to use as a hanging mount. So I used blue painter's tape, completely went around each page so that I would have a way to be able to mark where that center was to be able to hang them correctly. So after making the boxes with the blue tape, I flipped over each page, measured to the top of the circle where the screw would actually hold it was it's hanging on the wall, and made my measurements. I marked them on the board, the ram board, coming from the side where we were sure everything was square. Measured up from the bottom in this particular instance so that I could get that spot. Made that mark on my ram board, put an X and then circled it so I would know that when I put my ram board up on the wall, that would be the spot where I was going to use my anchor to hang it. Once I had made all my marks, I took the ram board, put some tape on the top of it so that when I got to the wall I wouldn't try to have to hold it and tape it at the same time. Then attached my ram board to the wall, then smoothed it out so that it would be completely flush with the wall. I didn't want any bows or bubbles or anything to make my marks off when I went to punch a hole through it. Once I have my ram board taped to the wall, my personal preference is not to use a drill to drill into the wall to create my holes for anchors, because I've actually hit a wire before doing that. So now I just use a number 2 Phillips head and a rubber mallet, and I actually drive a hole through the ram board to create a dent or a hole in the drywall. Once I do that, then I can remove the ram board and all of the markings will be on the wall to facilitate putting the anchors in. As you can see, all the holes turned out great from punching them through the ram board. Now I'm going to clean all the pencil marks off the wall using a magic eraser. Do that lightly. You can take the paint off if you go too hard, and then rinse it off and to get all the pencil marks out of the magic eraser. Now I take my Phillips head screwdriver and mallet again and completely knock that hole all the way through the drywall so that I can put my anchors in. If you happen to hit a stud while you're doing that, that's okay. You just won't use the anchor, you just drive the screw into the stud, and that will give you the screw to hang the fluttering page on.